Hello everyone, Remy from the LUGheads here, and today I'm going to be giving Slay the Spire a little run for its money. This is a deck building roguelike game that's currently in early access. I don't recall exactly how much it is priced at the moment, but I can definitely say currently I believe it's worthwhile. A good deck building game I believe is built on the foundation of the synergy in between the cards. And given that this is roguelike and you build your deck as you play every encounter, adding new cards to your deck and unlocks allowing more versatility, I feel like this game definitely has a lot of depth and it's nowhere near complete. Right now it follows a very stereotypical format of your warrior, the Ironclad, the Silent as your rogue class, and as of yet unreleased, presumably mage class character. And each one of them has their own unique deck and artifact to start the game out with. The Silent definitely is, in my opinion, more powerful currently than the Ironclad, and that is of course subject to balance changes in the future. Personally, I like playing the Ironclad even though I have never beaten the game as him. I believe the Silent has an easier run of that with poison and a defensive build, but I'm going to be giving this guy a go, mainly because I like the healing at the end of every combat, and because I'm working towards some unlocks. The unlocks typically are artifacts or cards that you can get in further gameplay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and embark. So this guy shows up at the beginning of every run, and based on how far you made it in the previous attempt, he will give you different options. So I didn't make it too far, so he's only giving me the option to increase my health here. Sometimes that will be more money, a random artifact, who knows. Removing a card from your deck may seem counterintuitive at the moment, but there are certain builds, once you're more familiar with the decks that you can build, that will allow more synergy if certain cards can show up in your hand more often. So that may be a reason why you want to remove a card from your deck at the start, if you want to focus on a defense build, for instance. You can also abandon your starting relic, which I'm not going to do because I like my health, and obtain a random one, so I'm just going to take the health at the moment. But there's definitely a lot of versatility to this game. So this is another element of where the roguelike pathing comes in. You can choose any number of paths to get you to the final boss, and as you can see there are multiple encounters that you can come across. I'm going to go ahead and choose one and explain them as I come across them, but obviously your first is always going to be just basic combat encounter. So I'm playing an attack, actually I just played one that used 2 energy. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun there. You do have a starting pool of 3 energy, and that can be augmented further in the game, and each card has an energy cost in the top left corner. Some can take 1 energy, some can take 2, 3, some can even take none. Block, as I just played, is attributed and directly subtracted from the damage that they're going to be taking, or they're going to be dealing, and it expires at the end of your turn. So if I had played 3 block cards and had enough block to negate his attack, I would have lost the remaining block at the start of this turn. There are ways to keep block through cards or artifacts that you can counter, but you're definitely not going to have those from the start unless you're extremely lucky with that random roll. Every time your hand or your draw pile is emptied into your discard pile, they all just get shuffled and tossed back over here to be recycled. I believe, yeah, I won't have enough. These only do 6 damage at the moment, and I only have 3 energy, so I'm not going to have enough to just wipe him out immediately. I've already taken a little bit of damage because I'm clumsy in the start. So I'll just defend twice, attack him once, and next turn I'll be able to kill him, assuming I get 2 strikes. Or a bash. A bash is also good. So bash also applies a vulnerable debuff, which makes him take 50% more damage from attacks for 2 turns. So unfortunately that was not enough to actually kill him. So I will be taking damage again. That's part of the reason why I suck as the Ironclad and have not beaten the game as him, is I usually don't have the foresight. Which is funny, because in other games I like to min-max as much as possible. So at the end of every conflict, every fight, you get a choice between 3 cards, sometimes 4 if you have another artifact that increases it. and they can vary in rarity. I'm gonna go with this one, Heavy Blade, so deals 14 damage, and your strength stat is counted 3 times for the effects of Heavy Blade. So while it shows 14 damage now, once I actually get it to turn up in combat, you'll see that it does more. These unknown encounters, these can be anything. They can be any of these, and they can also be a random kind of like text-based story thing going on. So right now it turned out to be a merchant. I only have 112 gold, so anything good to buy. He sells artifacts, he sells potions, he sells cards. Colorless cards usually are buffs, curses, or skills. And you can also spend 75 gold, and this will increase by 25 gold each time to remove a card from your deck, if for any reason you wanted to. I'm going to buy armaments, because it'll give me block whenever I play it, and it'll allow me to upgrade another card permanently for that combat round. And I'll buy flex as well. It's free to play and increases my strength, so why not? I'm going to work towards this path and dodge that elite. I don't like fighting elites if I can help it. They do give you a relic, but you don't always want to fight. Alright, so this guy will transform a card for me. I'm going to transform this bash, so it will randomly generate one of the Ironclad cards in exchange. So I got Inflame, gain 2 strength when played. That's not bad. Alrighty, so his intent is to attack me for 11 damage, so I'm going to play 2 blocks and attack. So I'll take 1 damage, but that's only 1 damage. I heal 6 every time I get into a fight, so who cares? Alright, Heavy Blade. So every time I gain increased strength, like if I have Inflame. So it's going to grant me 2 strength. And that should, yeah, so it raised the damage 6 instead of 2. Because it's affected by the strength stat 3 times. And I have 2 energies, so I didn't play that. 20 damage. I should have played this first. I am a frickin' idiot. Oh well. Well, now I have 4 strength. Next turn it'll make a difference. Alrighty. He intends to do 14 damage. However, he only has 17 plus 6, so he has 23 health. Yeah, I can kill him. Voila! Fight over. No need to take any unnecessary damage. Alright, so I got myself a poison damage. And the way poison works in this game is... Number armaments card, I'll take that. So the way poison works is that when you apply it to an enemy, it will apply, in this case, 6 poison for 6 turns. And that damages their health directly after my turn, before they can play any block. That way, if they were to play block, it wouldn't reduce the effect of the poison. And every turn that passes, the amount of poison reduces. So it'll go from 6 to 5 for 5 turns, and then 4 to 4 turns, and do progressively less damage each time. I'm gonna save that for a boss, probably. Alrighty, and Heavy Blade. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. I want to strike you and defend. Because no matter what, I was going to take some damage, and I didn't want to waste a Heavy Blade on him and then not have any energy to offset that 10 damage that he was going to do. Play armaments. I can upgrade this, so for this turn I will have 4 additional strength. Even though he's going to attack me, I'm going to lay out both of these attacks, do 24 damage now, and just take my licking. Because armament gave me 5 blocks, so I'm only taking 2. So he just gave me a wound, which will go into my discard pile, and eventually it'll end up in this, and when it comes up in my hand, it'll just be a card that I can't play, which sucks, but it is what it is. But fight's over, so it doesn't matter. Curses also do the exact same thing, and they can end up having a negative effect on you, like reducing your health, reducing your strength, things like that. So wounds are more of a hindrance than anything else. But I think I'll risk it. I don't normally, but I will. Alright, so now that I'm at a campfire, I can choose to rest, which restores 30% of my health, or I can smith a card. Smithing a card does exactly what armaments does, but permanently. So I think I'll probably... That's tempting. I'm going to upgrade an armaments card, because then, instead of upgrading only one card, it's going to upgrade every card in my hand for the rest of combat. Which could include the other armaments card, actually. And that can just keep cycling through in your hand and make a huge difference later in the game. Or the longer a fight goes on. So both of these guys intend on attacking. I played that for the strength so that I could attack, but I don't really want to take 12 damage, so I'll take 2 instead. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. Alright, so this is what I mean. So playing the armaments now, it upgraded all of my cards at the cost of 1. Additional upgrades do not count, so all of these are upgraded. So playing another armaments won't do anything. But I can wipe him out at least. And now those cards will remain upgraded. And now these two will cycle back through eventually. Alright, toss out in flame. He's not gonna attack me, so I really don't need to block, but this will do a ton of damage. Right, so he's growing, so he's increasing his attack, but it doesn't matter because this will kill you. And heal my 6 damage. Alright. And I got fire potion, so one enemy I can deal 20 damage to straight up. Offering lose 4 HP, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards, and exhaust. Exhausting means that the card is removed for the rest of that combat. I think this is, like, that could be useful. Ooh, excuse me. I wake up at 3:30 AM on work days. So I'm pretty tired. I think I'm just gonna skip. You don't have to take a card. I kinda like the deck I currently have. Alright, so I can choose to eat a banana, I can choose to eat a donut, or I can receive a relic and be cursed. And if that curse comes up, for every card in my hand, I lose health. I don't really need the healing, but I will take the max HP, I think. Alright, and I get ginger, so I can no longer be weakened, so I will not have my attacks reduced in damage anymore. That cleave would have been useful here, because I don't have something that does area of effect. You can get a potion that does 10 damage to all enemies. That would be useful in addition to the cleave. Well, let's get some block going. I'll take the wounds. 5, 10, 15, and these guys are gonna defend, so I'll take you because you're the weakest. And call it a day. 10, 15, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna... Aha, you can't. He was gonna weaken me, but he can't. You suck. Alright, 11 damage. That's you. That's you. And I could block to prevent you. Well, no, I can't because I don't have energy. Oh well. That's only 3 damage. I can take that. 8 damage. I could upgrade you. Deal 24 damage. Because why the fuck not? I was only gonna kill one anyway, may as well kill him. And Heavy Blade comes right back. And heal, and exactly what I needed. The explosive potion. Too late! Clash. Alright, so if all of my attacks in my hand, or all of my hand is an attack, I can play this and it's just a free 14 damage. I love that card. Any card that's free to play is wonderful. So I could go this route, hit up the merchant. I only have 97 gold, so it's not really worthwhile, because I would then have to fight 3 enemies in a row before getting to the fire and then the boss. So I'm gonna go this route, fight 2 enemies, hit up 2 randoms, and then the fire. Because the randoms can be anything. They could be elites and screw me over, or they could be really nice things. Alright, so armaments. Do I want to upgrade Clash or Strength? Upgrade that. Yeah. Right, so. Ah, that's right, I gotta press that first. Then Clash. There we go. I'm a little slow, as I said, I'm pretty tired. Alrighty, let's get some flex going, and 29 damage and you're dead. You're dead, son! Now you can only have 3 potions at a time, so I could discard something and take that. But those are all really good for a boss, so I'm gonna keep them. And another Clash card? Yeah, yeah boy. Alright, what do we got? How much health do we got? 12, 12, and 14. You know what? Let's just make this a little bit easier on everybody. And by everybody, I mean me. I don't even really need to play these. But why not? Goodbye. Drop kick, cleave. They really seem to want me to take cleave. Fine. Take it. Another random. And another fight. So when he gets down to 50% health, he's gonna split in half. Which is annoying, but not terrible. So you're a power, so I need to play you, you're a skill, and you're a skill. So I would need to play all of you. It's impossible, so I'm not gonna be able to get to play Clash. Pity. And again, if you play armaments already, you can't double upgrade unless you have that one card. There is one card that can be upgraded multiple times, which is really nice. He's not going to attack, so there's no real point in adding unnecessary wounds just to block. Just go ahead and toss those and block anyway, I guess. And when he splits, his total HP is used for the split creations. So if I were to play all of these, whatever health he has left is going to be the deciding factor. See, I interrupted whatever he was going to do, and now his minions are going to have 20 health. Or I could just use this and wipe him out. It's not worth it all. I'll hold on to the potion. Alrighty, so let's get some flex going. Let's get some block going. Let's kill you in one attack. Knock you out like a motherfucker. Yeah, you can't weaken me. And Clash. Nope. Attack. Alrighty. What cards? Fire breathing. Turn for each attack played this turn, deal 1 fire damage. Perfected Strike is a really good card because it does only 6 damage, but it deals an additional 2 damage, and if you upgrade it with armaments, 3 damage for all cards that contain the word strike. And your first starting cards are all called strikes, so that's already 5 times 2, or 5 times 3 in the case that you've used armaments. So, I will take Perfected Strike. And I'll probably get to show you how powerful it can be in this. Alright, so defense, play a flex, you're still a skill. No one's attacking, but I want to be able to do this. Oh, I'm an idiot, I forgot that those will go into my hand and I can't play them, so I can't get rid of them, so I can't use the Clash. I hate you guys. I shouldn't have played it. I get ahead of myself sometimes. Alright, so Perfected Strike, without being upgraded with armaments, already does 18 damage, which is fantastic. Flame blocks, and I'm just gonna take care of that because he is gonna attack, and I'm gonna take a little bit of damage. He's gonna try to, yeah, he makes me frail, which reduces the amount of block that I get, so that's annoying as shit. Let's go ahead and upgrade Cleave and wipe you out. As long as Perfected Strike rolls around or something like that, I'll be able to wipe out that spike slime. Armaments and flame, heavy blade. Heavy blade should do. Oh, wait. Well, not anymore because I don't have the energy to play it. He would have survived even if I didn't do the armament. He would have had 1 health. I'm tired as shit. Skill, add 2 wounds, gain 11 block. I would have to use armament. So, well, yeah, fuck it. I don't know why I wasted all the time doing that. I should have just played. Yeah, screw him. Skip it. Campfire time. Alright, so my health is pretty decent, so I don't want to rest just to get 27. I'll smith and upgrade yet another card. Think I'm gonna permanently upgrade Perfected Strike. Let's go ahead and make that plus 3 damage for every strike. Alright, slime! So be it. Let's play armaments now. Go ahead and upgrade everything right off the bat. Let's throw some fire damage at you, throw some poison damage at you, which, like I said, is going to do progressively less damage as it goes on. And let's pick up 2 energy, and he's going to attack, so let's do that, and cleave. Call it a day. And he's going to split, and when he splits into 2 medium slimes, which can then split as well. However, if you do enough damage, you can kill him before he splits. Or likewise, you can kill the mediums before they split. 10 more damage and he's gonna split 5 more damage technically. Or is he gonna split now? No. He's prepared a very powerful attack, which sucks for him because I'm about to interrupt it by doing that. So his little minions are going to have 59, potentially 55 health each, because the poison will hit first. Yep. So 55 health for 2 slimes. Alrighty. Heavy blade, clash, defend, flex. Let's flex, let's defend, let's slam you, and slam you. So now you're gonna split into 2 smaller slimes with 11 health each. Not quite enough damage like I was hoping. Would have been nice to have more energy in the Perfected Strike, but so be it. Speaking of, like 6 damage, clash. So if I play this, I can play either one of those and clash. May as well go for the most damage. Wipe out both of these little guys, call it a day. Can't weaken me. I have Ginger. Alright, so I've got 2 defense to play, which is perfect because he's going to do 6 damage, and then I can play a strike and a clash. And now I've interrupted him, so he's not going to attack, he's going to split. This is actually a really easy boss fight. Normally I have a little bit more challenge than this. Flex it up. Armaments. 1 energy, let's go ahead and cleave him. Can't weaken me, and he's only going to do 10 anyway. Alrighty. Don't. I still won't strike. It's only gonna do 11 though, so it's not gonna kill anybody. Yeah, let's just do it. Damage is damage. Yeah, I can do that too, you know. Alright, perfected. No, hold up. Let's do you first. Toss you out there just for the shiggles. And now I can do Perfective Strike on you, Clash on you, call it a day. Normally, I would get down to like 20 health or so on a more challenging boss. The bosses are random as well. And you do get a full heal at the end of an act, so it's okay to get that low. You usually get your choice of a rare cards. These are all pretty decent. Let's do that one. Proceed, and then you get a boss chest. Potions always drop after combat. That's useful if you use them often. On reward screen, choose from 4 cards instead of 3. That's pretty handy because you almost always will be fighting enemies in building decks, and you could get better cards. Or gain energy at the start of each turn. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. I mean, the energy is nice, but opening up a chest, you have to open up a chest, so you would have to get a curse. Sometimes you have to open up 2 chests. And the curse could be nasty, but the energy is so useful. I'm gonna take it, and that concludes Act 1. Act 2 is always where I die when I'm playing the Ironclad. In fact, I only have 2 routes initially to start with, and I try to plan these routes as much as possible so that I can avoid fighting elites, because elites spell my doom. Sometimes it's even just a bad run of fighting regular enemies that screw me over. I'm gonna stop this recording now and upload this first one, this first act, as the Ironclad. That way you can get a feel for how this game plays, and in the future I will continue this run and probably die in this act. Hopefully not. And I do intend on doing a recording of the Silent, doing a poison run hopefully, maybe a blade run, who knows. And eventually when the 3rd class is revealed, I'll definitely bring out some more information on that, because I do really enjoy this game. It's a wonderful game to play whenever you're bored, you're running another game or something in the background, you don't really feel like doing anything, or you're just having a shitty day. I mean, this game is a roguelike, so it's not like you're wasting a whole lot of time, and there's no major investment because you're gonna lose everything when you die anyway, or when you win, either way. Honestly, I think it's all good fun. This is Remy from LUGheads signing out.